Hello and welcome to another episode of the CUFI Weekly, and there is only one story this week, and that is that the 20 remaining living Israeli hostages are back in Israel. After negotiations and back and forth, the peace deal put forward by President Trump was accepted, the ceasefire deal, and the 20 remaining hostages who are still alive returned to Israel. For over 2 years, we have prayed, bring them home, release the hostages, hoping, praying, even in those really difficult moments, thinking that will we see any living hostages return? So to see that this week was truly incredible and really representative of what Israel and the Jewish people stand for. A people of hope, not giving up on their sons and daughters. But as is so frequent within Jewish history, triumph is tinged with tragedy. As of yesterday, Hamas said that it had returned all of the bodies that they had in their possession, but there are still 11 remaining. And it is imperative that those 11 are also brought home, that they are able to be laid to rest in their homeland, to give their families some sort of closure on this nightmare that they've been living. There are so many lessons that we need to learn and remember from these last 2 years. We saw anti-Semitism mainstream. And that didn't just happen on October 8th, it's been a process. It's something that's been happening for years. We saw people lie and twist the truth, accuse Israel of committing a genocide, accuse Israel of doing things which were quickly disproven by those who simply were going along with the crowd, those who joined this mass anti-Semitic movement, whether they were anti-Semitic or not, because I'm not going to brand everybody who protested against the Israel-Hamas war as anti-Semitic. I believe that many people saw something happening and thought it was wrong, and they joined this mass movement which was being made. But the very core of this mass movement, its very leaders, its very ideology, is rooted in anti-Semitism. It's rooted in the ideas that the Jews have no place in the Middle East, even though it is their ancestral homeland. We need to counteract this negative propaganda which has infected people's brains. Social media was a weapon of mass distortion, and the hate crime statistics showed what was happening. We had 2 people murdered in Washington, D.C. because they were employees of the Israeli embassy, and people celebrated that. Today, on the anniversary of the killing of Yahya Sinwar, the head of Hamas, a terrorist, a murderer, an evil human being, a vigil is being planned in the Bronx. That's right, a vigil for a man who planned October 7th, a vigil for a man who murdered Palestinians who disagree with Hamas. And in the Bronx today, in New York City, a place which more than any city in America knows about terrorism, there is a vigil for him. We're not just fighting for Israel, we're not just fighting for the Jewish people, we are fighting for the very soul of America. And I say this as an immigrant to this country. America is inspiring, it is beautiful, it is history, and what we stand for are incredible. Like every country, we've had missteps, we've learned from the past, and we continue to move forward. And I think that's a beautiful thing about this country. So, to Israel and the Jewish people, in your moment of joy of seeing the hostages return, we are right there with you, shoulder to shoulder, and we share your joy. We are still here as we hope, pray, demand those bodies being held by Hamas in Gaza are returned, so those families can have some closure and peace. And we will be here for you always, to stand with you shoulder to shoulder in times of pain, in times of triumph, in times of celebration. We will not waver. And my message to you, even now, is that please remember that you are not alone. Every single member of Christians United for Israel and beyond stands with you, will continue to stand with you. This is Kasim Hafeez for the CUFI Weekly. For Zion's sake, do not remain silent. Thanks for checking out this episode. Be sure to like and subscribe so you get a notification every time a new episode hits. And if you want to check out some of our previous episodes, and we've got some really good ones, click on one of the thumbnails and that will take you right there. And finally, if you want to know more about CUFI and the work we do, go to CUFI.org to check out all the resources we have available free to you.